Terraria version 1.3.4 just came out, and so I've decided to do a new single-player playthrough in a world that is a small expert corruption world, and I'm going to do it on YouTube rather than stream it on Twitch. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what the new content is. I understand that there's some kind of, like, Dungeon Defenders crossover, which is a game I don't know, like some kind of tower defense something. And I have played a couple of like little tower defense games, and they seem fun. And it's like some kind of event, but I don't know when it comes in. And possibly there's like a new NPC, maybe. And I don't remember. There might be a couple other things that I've heard, but I'm trying to go into it blind, and so please no spoilers in the comments if you know about what's going to be coming up. I've been doing a bit of speedrunning lately, and so I expect it's going to be the case that I'm going to play through things kind of on the fast side, although in an expert world, yeah, fast isn't necessarily going to be super fast anyway. Yeah, so we'll kind of see how that ends up going. But just to go ahead and start things off, I will just do some exploring on the surface of the world, see if we can find any super easy chests, things like that. And I see that I have a terrible copper short sword, which is all the more motivation to go ahead and try to pick up some cacti so that I could make a better sword with that, perhaps. Oops, oh boy. Alright, and I was trying to be clever and jump across here, and I managed to lose my footing. If any guys come out of there, we'll certainly be dead. So let's hope I don't see any antlion chargers or the flying ones whose names I can't think of right now. And even the vulture, I guess with the light copper pickaxe I might be able to fend him off, but while he's still away for the moment, let's go ahead and make ourselves a workbench. And a cactus sword, annoying, let's do a little bit better than that. Small is still not very good. Quick, there we go. There's one I can live with, and the light copper pickaxe I could live with for the moment. So I'm not going to try to do anything else right there. But I think this will be enough that even in expert mode I would be able to kill off a vulture. Yeah, this seems like it'll work. So let's plan to do that. Might even be able to make myself some cactus armor, and I might end up making a cactus pickaxe anyway. Ooh, 3 more antlions right there. Am I low enough that I can, like, kill these guys off? Yeah, before they see me. They have this weird thing. Alright, here comes another vulture, which is not as good. The antlions, like, unless you're, like, high enough, they, like, don't see you or start firing at you. So I'm going to try to use that to my advantage. In expert mode, it's usually not that valuable to try to kill enemies at the beginning, and it's often more valuable just to try to run past them and get some good things. I am going to try to see if I can get past here, but there's a good chance that an antlion's going to spawn behind me, and that's going to be the end of things here at the start. But if so, that's okay. I don't think I'm going to try to invest the work to keep track of the number of deaths that I have, but I am going to try to keep them down. I'm going to try not to die when possible, just because, I don't know, it just seems like the right thing to do, right? Playing a game because, well, I'm playing the game anyway, because I like the challenge, and I like to be good at the games, ideally, and all that kind of stuff. And so I'm going to try to do my best, is basically what I'm trying to say. In addition to the new, like, dungeon tower defense event thing, something that I don't know much about that's been added as content to the game, they also have finally added seeds. So in theory, it's kind of like an experimental feature that they're testing out, but in theory, we could do, like, seeded challenges, and so I could find someone who wanted to do, like, a speed challenge to get the Night's Edge and play on the same world, because we could just type in the same seed number and we get the same randomly generated Terraria world. It wasn't working for me when I started up this world. The game was crashing whenever I tried to use the seed stuff, and so I've played around with that quite yet to know exactly what its capabilities and limitations are. But that will hopefully be something to look forward to in the future. I could imagine doing some stuff with streaming some fun Terraria things in the future there. But we'll worry about that when the time comes. Alright, since I have more cactus, I am going to quickly go ahead and make myself a better pickaxe, because it has more range. And I'm also going to make myself a little bit of armor, just because we have the ability. And now that I have some torches made, I'll just take a quick peek down here. Probably not going to be anything down there. Let's see if we can find another cave on the surface. And headed over in this direction, I suppose we're going to reach the jungle reasonably soon. And perhaps we'll find a chest over here. Ideally with an accessory that might have some valuable things. Some other valuable things in the chest. Yeah, for those of you who don't watch any Twitch streams, I haven't been, uploading any of the streams to YouTube, but I have played a lot of Terraria on Twitch over the last few weeks. And so if you want to go and look at the Twitch VODs, you can see them there. And if you were unaware of that, that probably means that you're also not following me on Twitter. And so if you want to follow me on Twitter, Lorgon111, feel free. If you do the Twitter thing, and you can find out when I'm going to be streaming. Or you can follow me on Twitch as Lorgon. But don't feel obligated. Alright. Looks like we have some more a desert over here. So we'll take what we can get in terms of some more free cactus. Oh, looks like it might just be a tiny little desert. Alright, well that's fine. And I forgot to place any more sunflowers as we were getting over here. And it looks like the jungle is indeed starting up over here. Let's go ahead and set another sunflower down, since it gives some useful buffs. And I'm just going to quickly peek down here to see if this looks like there. Okay, it does look like that could be an entrance into the jungle. And so I might choose to go down there, or I might find another one over here. Rabbit, what are you doing way over here? You're so crazy. Did I see the guide at the beginning of this world? I guess he was probably off to the right and I went to the left. Alright, here's our first chest with some nice things. And did I get a recall potion? I did get a recall potion. So we could always teleport back home if we so choose. And do I have ropes? Let's get some ropes on the bar, as they are useful. And finally, let's see, in expert mode, jungle slime will probably be a rather formidable enemy. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to head back into the underground jungle over here. And just see if I can manage to go underground and survive with anything, assuming that this goes anywhere. But the start of expert mode, everything is always super difficult. Because yeah, just like that, did I just lose like half my health to one hit to this guy? Oh my goodness. Alright, fortunately he dropped a heart. So I don't expect to live all that long. Although, with some easy creatures like this green slime and this blue slime who's carrying around a heart inside, that could work in my favor. Ouch. Gonna take as much damage killing him as I'm gonna get back. Jungle Bat, you're not something I need right now. I should really get I picked up some throwing knives. I should get them on the bar as well. They could be super useful. Okay, let's head downstairs and see if there's actually anything down here. Sadly, it looks like maybe not. There are a bunch of cobwebs, and they are valuable at the beginning as well. Okay, let's take a chance. Looking back to the right, I'm also going to place a torch right here, since my spawn point is like right there. But I want to see if we can find any easy cave systems near the spawn. And it looks like we're going to immediately get into some desert over here as well. Let me throw down another sunflower so that we can move a bit more quickly. Sunflowers give the happy buff, which will give both fewer monster spawns as well as a speed increase, just a movement speed increase for the player. So it's good to have those around. Apparently there's some new performance settings for like the blizzards that we've got going on here or whatever, because they had some sometimes serious kind of like graphics implications or whatever. So that could be good. I was able to run them. I've chosen just to do this series of recording and uploading and rendering to YouTube just in 30 frames per second rather than 60. Just to reduce rendering times, and also because my computer is really struggling to play and record Terraria at 60 frames a second. I have a really old graphics card at this point. It's like a 660, I think is what it is. I was telling some people that the other day, and they're like, oh my gosh. But it's been working fine for Terraria and Minecraft, but I don't know. Maybe at some point I'll upgrade it. Let's not worry about such things. Let's instead worry about whether this is actually going to be a cave entrance. It's going to get us down somewhere where we can find some underground houses and lots of good things. So, what do we got? It does look like this will continue to still go somewhere, even if we need to do a little bit of digging. And so I shall do so. Perhaps it's not going to go anywhere else. Okay, in that case, I'm going to choose to do this. I think the best flat area is right over here. NPCs and housing are really important in expert mode. I do not enjoy building houses, and so fortunately with speedrunning that I've been doing a lot of lately, basically you just build the most minimalist houses possible, and I have come to kind of enjoy that, and so I'm going to build some extremely minimal houses, and I will see you guys once those houses are complete. The zombies have started to arrive as I am trying to finish up my house handiwork. The guide has been helping me a little bit over here, firing the occasional pot-shot arrows at some of the bad guys. But I think at this point, if I want to continue working on the housing less molested by the bad guys, it would be prudent to go ahead and erect the wall that they won't be able to jump over. So at least I've got some zombie protection coming over from that side. But in terms of minimalist housing that doesn't cost a lot of resources, I believe this works well. So that housing's suitable, suitable, and suitable. So we can get some NPCs going over here. And let me go ahead and also throw down a chest right here. And we'll drop off some things that I don't need to be holding right at the moment. Some things that I'll sell once the merchant arrives, etc. And I do have enough money for the merchant to arrive, but he wouldn't arrive until the next day. And so I think I'm actually going to put most of my money down here, and we'll continue to go exploring. I did pick up a fallen star, and it wouldn't hurt to go ahead and also craft some snowballs that I could use as some throwing damage if necessary. Alright, but let's head back out into the world and do a little bit more exploring. I think I'll also go ahead and do that. And hopefully the guide will not just drown underwater down here. Did he fall down there? Is there a way for him to walk back out? Hopefully he'll find his way out. But we'll see what happens to him. Alright, so should I walk further to the right past where we saw the... it's not even really a cave, but kind of like the dip down here? Or should I just go down here and start digging down? Both are kind of tempting right now. There's a tiny chance there might be something down there as well. Alright, but let's get a sense of... Okay, with like a zombie Eskimo over here. Actually, he's going to walk away and I'll just let him. Yeah, let's go down here and start digging down and see what we can find. I'm glad that I boxed myself off to protect myself, because there's already a zombie who would have fallen on my head. And so... in expert mode, for getting started quickly, I find that boxing out enemies can be a very good strategy. And so I expect I'll apply that a little bit until we manage to get a little bit better weapons. The throwing knives and the snowballs are both kind of like decent weapons to fight off a zombie or two. But I'm happy to try to explore and find some better things before we really engage a lot of enemies. And it didn't take long to actually find my way into what appears to be a real kind of cave system down here. So let's take a look. I do have a few grenades, but I'm not sure that I'm willing to use them just yet. Although maybe I should, if I can take out a couple of ice slimes. Let's go ahead and get them on the bar. Oh, I only managed to hit one of them there. Let's see if they come back over and I can hit two. Or zero. Gosh darn it. I'm going to hold on to my last grenade so that I can possibly use it to get the, what's his name, Demolitionist to arrive. So let's instead hurl some throwing knives at my foes, and miss most of them as well. There we go. Alright. You're dead, sir. I will walk over here and... discover that this isn't going to be a very big cave, it looks like. There is some ore up here. I'm not going to go after the ore just yet, and I don't mind falling through here. If it means I can also fall through here, and at least get that. Alright, I guess I'll do a little bit more digging down. A second void in the underground has appeared, and it looks like we have... There's some sapphires that I see here. Oh, they're diamonds, even better. Diamond... is great. If I could somehow manage to uncover 15 of those, I would be very happy to be able to make myself a terrific grappling hook. But once again, it seems like this is kind of a tiny little area, and so I'm going to keep doing a little bit of vertical digging. And here's another void. And this one looks like it might start opening up into something larger. Oh, crap. I'm going to die. I can heal. Let's heal. Yeah, dart traps do a lot of damage. In expert mode, I think you end up like taking like 35 cumulative damage from like the dart and then all the poison damage that you take afterwards, so nothing to be trifled with. I do see some emeralds over here, and so let's let the ice slime be unless he manages to find his way over here. But I want to grab these emeralds for the same reason as the diamonds. Okay, and now we have a real threat to our survival. So let's go ahead and box him out, and also box out any other guys who might go after me. Well, I'm trying to take care of some things in here. And I imagine that the sound I'm hearing is most likely to be a undead Viking. And occasionally, I forget what the percentage is, I think it's really low, those guys can drop their helmet, which gives 4 defense, I think, which is great, especially in expert mode for like getting started. Like, defense really matters in expert mode. So if I could manage to get one of those as a drop, that would be fantastic. And let's see. Okay. Oh, cool. A house. Let's get in here and... Nice! Blizzard in a bottle. Would have been nicer, and a free anvil is also terrific. Would have been nicer if there were some more things in there and if it had something other than arcane on it. But I'm still happy to have it. Here's another extra anvil. Nice little 2 anvil house. I'll take it. And some more emeralds. Terrific. And so we're already up to 7 emeralds, so like halfway to grappling hook, and here's some more. Hello, world. Give me all the emeralds. Okay, and so now we're up to 11 emeralds. Yeah, so I have high hopes for getting a grappling hook in the not-too-distant future. I see another guy coming at me over here. I think, oops, once again, I'm going to just kind of box myself in. Looks like there's a topaz here. And yeah, I'll do a little bit more digging, although let's see. Actually, there's a topaz down here that I missed too. Let's grab that. Oh, here's the Viking. I'm curious, can I throw these through here? I can. And so I might be able to kill him through the wall pretty cheaply. I mean, using up a bunch of throwing knives, but as I've mentioned, I don't remember if it was in a YouTube series or in Terraria. I think it was in one of my previous YouTube series, that basically consumable weapons are a kind of fast depreciating asset. It'll soon become the case that you'll get better weapons, and so you might as well... Ooh, he dropped a hook! So that's another way that I could get a grappling hook right off the bat. That's pretty terrific. I don't think I even realized that he could drop a hook. I didn't realize that was part of their loot table. In any case, yeah. The consumable weapons are a depreciating asset because you upgrade pretty quickly in this game to kind of like new and better weapons and different things, and so you might as well use them while you got them. And so that was definitely worth using. And so I remember that there was some iron on the surface, but if I get some iron... Ooh, it looks like we have a spider biome here. I would probably get wrecked in such a place. But it will have a lot of cobwebs, and I could always... Oh boy, yep, get the heck out. Alright, it'll be turning daytime shortly, or perhaps it already is. So hopefully the merchant will arrive, although I'm not sure if the merchant can arrive when it's raining. And let's see, let's go ahead and throw this down here, and I'm going to need a furnace at some point. Okay, as I mentioned before, I vaguely recall seeing some iron, yes, right over here on the surface, and so if I dig this up, I'll be able to make myself a basic grappling hook. Once I make a furnace, actually, I don't know that I have any stone yet either. I seem to recall that I saw some stone. Yes, here's some stone. So we'll get enough stone to get a furnace going. And then cook up the iron and make ourselves a basic grappling hook. And yeah, then hopefully we can really be off to the races, because a grappling hook, in general, mobility items, I think are a real key to getting started in Terraria. Alright, that will be enough to make a furnace. And I've not set up a very good spot for all of my things here yet. Let's make space for the furnace as well. It can go right over here. That is great. And let's cook up an iron bar and then turn it into some chains. And then with the hook that I've already put away in here, we can make a grappling hook. Da-da-da-da! Grappling hook, hooray! And now at this point, yeah, I guess until the merchant shows up, there's not a whole lot else that I need to do here at home. So I think now that it's daytime, let me try to explore further to the right on the surface of the world. I'm going to quickly drop off, once again, some more money, just so that we keep it saved up, as well as some other things I don't need to be holding right at the moment. And yeah, let's continue to explore. I think that might be a new sound in this blizzard biome over here with the snow really going. I don't recall that wind sound before. It could be the case that it was there before and I just never heard it, but it might also be new. And I can't tell if it's like adjusting based on how high I am or... No, I think it might just be always there. In any case, it's a good wind noise. In general, the sound in this game, whether it be sounds from music or sounds from just kind of like monsters and other things in the game, like, they're all pretty good. This game has good sound. But if we explore further to the right over here, what might we find? Still haven't found like a really good cave entrance that comes from like one of the big hills and mounds that then has an enclosure on the side that heads downstairs. So I wouldn't mind finding one of those. And also, we haven't seen the corruption at all. We got all the way to the jungle on the left-hand side, and so my expectation... That looks like it could actually go somewhere. My expectation is that we will find some corruption probably coming up relatively soon here on the right. We'll see if that actually turns out to be the case. Alright, Antlion. Your days are hopefully numbered. And hopefully they're numbered shorter than mine. Hooray. Great. And he dropped a mandible. That is a future mining potion. I do declare. And the strange plant I'm not going to pick up yet because I would prefer to get other NPCs before I get the dye trader. So we will leave that alone for just a moment. And if I can finish off the vulture, then I can probably dodge past the rest of these guys, but the vulture is going to be the more difficult guy. Actually, I can just kind of plow my way through these guys too. That'll work. I'll take it. And now you, I can just jump over. More sunflowers just gave me a speed boost. That is happy, and let's go ahead and make this a little straightforward to traverse. It's possible that I'm missing a chest over here, so let's take a quick peek. Sure enough. Nice. Glow sticks or something else that are very valuable to have in the early game and that I didn't have before. Oh, and there's an enchanted sword shrine. Let's see if it's a real one that actually is going to have a sword down it. And also, wow. Alright, there's all kinds of good things over here. Let me gather up. Alright, there's another chest down there. I'm really curious about this, though, so we're going to check this out first. If you haven't seen in 1.3, there are enchanted sword shrines that I guess we'll see it shortly in more detail, and then you'll see exactly what it looks like. But they have a tell near the surface, which is this kind of column of open air. That eventually leads down to a crazy place that may or may not have an enchanted sword. I forget exactly what the odds are that an enchanted sword, or possibly an Arcalis, which I got in a recent Twitch playthrough, are the two types of enchanted swords that can drop. And sadly, this looks like a fake shrine. So there's not actually an enchanted sword down here, which is very sad. But this is what the shrine looks like. It's this cool little place underground. And now we have explored it. Alright, I'm going to head back up and head over to that other chest. Having climbed back up, let's see what we got over here. A spear. A strong spear. I think I might prefer that to the sword. Actually, let's keep both of them on the bar for the moment. And I really don't need to be carrying around all these chests, but I'm doing it anyway, so... we'll just have to live with that. Okay, the spear is good in terms of, like, directional aiming. It also has a lot of knockback, as I recall. And it can sometimes get multiple hits on enemies as it kind of like penetrates through them. And so there's a number of reasons to like the spear. Go ahead and grab that, help me heal up. And since it seems like this is heading downstairs, let's head downstairs and see where it heads. And I'd forgotten already that I have a grappling hook already. And so I just roped up to a place. Hey, an aglet! We finally have another accessory. And I forgot all about the double jump, too. I've got the blizzard bottle, and I haven't been using it. Okay. Once you get upgrades, you must actually use them, Brian. Let's go ahead and practice the grappling hook as well. Alright, but that is going to give me a lot of mobility to... Ooh, hey! Super lucky. 2 life crystals, one right next to the other. Go ahead and happily use those. Dribbler statue could also be valuable. So let's grab that. And I see the trap here. So let's get rid of the pressure plate. And got another swiftness potion. Okay, we've finally gotten down into a region of the earth that is promising to give us all kinds of treasures. And hopefully I can manage to stay alive to actually get them. So far things are going well, though. Actually, kind of remarkably well. Perhaps I should be careful what I say, lest I put a jinx on it. Okay, here comes an ice bat. He will be a little harder to deal with. More emeralds are great. I could upgrade my hook to an emerald hook, which I expect I am likely to do, because the emerald hook is a better hook, from what I recall. Although just the kind of like hook, grappling hook that I have right now it's really not all that bad. Especially combined with the double jump that I need to remember that I have, so let's use it. And it seems like a lot of the bad guys have jumped down into a spot. This guy's gonna take a lot of hits to kill. There we go. So let's do that. And throw a... Okay, I can jump over here. So let's do that. And get a better look down here as well. Okay, I'm gonna fall through the ice is the problem. But I might be able to use my grappling hook to kind of get across. Hello, other ice bat. Oh boy. Let's go ahead and, sure, use another healing potion. I was just trying to see if I had any better healing potions yet. And, yeah, I think let's do this. Let's get over here. And continue to explore. Try to avoid most of the bad guys when possible. Got more bad guys down there, and... Oh, no, it looks like there is more to explore this way, so we'll continue going this way to avoid the bad guys once more. Inventory is starting to fill. I do have 10 more recall potions, though, so I have convenient ways to get home. I'm kind of unhappy that I haven't seen a message that the merchant has arrived, but once again, I think it's due to the weather, because I think it's the case that NPCs cannot arrive during a rainstorm. And so unfortunately, hello. Yes! Armored flurry boots. That's terrific. Not only flurry boots, but extra armor and a shark statue. That's also really valuable. Makes it convenient for getting shark fins, which we need for both hunter potions and the mega shark. So that is really great. And okay, it looks like that's kind of the end of the house down here. My inventory is pretty much full at the moment. And so, it looks like platinum, I think. It is indeed platinum ore. There we go, Barney the Merchant has arrived. Great. And I believe I have, yes, I have grenades in my inventory. So we'll be able to get the Demolitionist to arrive, although the nurse may arrive as well. So I really need to go home and start making some more housing, because I definitely want the Demolitionist. The Demolitionist, I feel like, is one of the early turning points in the game in terms of powering up your character. Because bombs will allow you to break shadow orbs so that you can get a meteor, which is one way to upgrade. And yeah, bombs also just make everything go a whole lot faster. And so let's go ahead and head home with all of our spoils. Sorted through some inventory and gathered a number of things that I just want to sell off to the merchant. So we'll go ahead and do that. I didn't mean to sell the dirt box, actually. Do I have to pay for them to get them back out? That said they had no value, so hopefully not. I do want to buy a piggy bank, because that's always super valuable, and the bug net is also pretty valuable. And with my 15 emeralds, I am going to go ahead and upgrade to an emerald hook, which can go for quite a bit of range, which is great. And I'm also going to go ahead and move all of my potions, except for the recall potions that I'll keep on me, into my new piggy bank, as well as the healing potions, which I want to keep on me as well. And I guess I could put the suspicious looking eye in there for when we need it later. And the grappling hook, I think I'll go ahead and sell as well. And I don't need all these chests, and so I'll sell them for a little bit of extra cash. And yeah, but I think that's probably a good place to go ahead and end things for the first episode. We've made a bit of progress in the first couple of days of Terraria. We've got a couple of NPCs and some resources that are going to help us. The main ones being some really good mobility upgrades. We got the boots, we got the aglet, we got the blizzard in a bottle, and we have now an emerald hook. And so I'm really happy about our chances to move forward. Hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll see you again very soon with more Terraria. Bye-bye.